Okay, this is a shmuz adapted from the shmuzin of Mereinu going Reb Leib Chasman Zechat on Parshas Lech Lecha. The Ramban in Parshas Lech Lecha says very startling Ramban. He says, "Da ki Avram Avinu choto chet gadol b'shgaga." Avram Avinu sinned greatly, great sin, unintentionally. He brought his wife Sarah Hatzadekis in a possibility of sin by saying he said, "Imrili achaisihi," say that you're my sister. He was afraid. He was afraid that maybe they'll kill him if Sarah is his wife. And the Ramban says, "V'hoya lo liftach b'Hashem." He should have had bitachon instead of doing such a thing. He should have had bitachon, had faith and trust that Hashem would save him and his wife. Gam b'yitziyasei min haaretz. Also, the Rebbeinu Shalom said, "Lech lecha me'artzecha." You should go to Eretz Canaan, Eretz Israel. And because there was a hunger there, he went down to Mitzrayim. The Ramban says, "Avinu asher chata." It's a sin that he sinned, because the Rebbeinu Shalom could help him right here. And there was tremendous punishment, the Ramban says, the Klal Yisrael because of that. But anyway, this Ramban is absolutely incredible, because how can the Ramban come and criticize? And Avram Avinu, Avram Avinu was the patriarch of Klal Yisrael. Ben Shalish Shanim Hikir es Boilei, at the mere age of 3 years old, he recognized the existence of the Rebbeinu Shalom. How could the Ramban, who lived so much later than Avram Avinu, criticize Avram Avinu? It's like sort of an impossibility. The Ramban, the Avram Avinu, paskined that that's what he has to do, and the Ramban comes and criticizes that he sinned. The Reb Leib Chasman Zechat says, "Look, this is incredible things happening here, and we don't know too much about it. But one thing we understand, that if the Ramban criticized Avram Avinu, it must have been with Ruach HaKodesh that he had, or he had proof from Midrashei Chazal. He couldn't have done it on his own. He had to have the Rebbeinu Shalom, Ruach HaKodesh, or something to be able to criticize an Avram Avinu." Al Korchach, we must say that we can learn a very great thing from this. That even an Avram Avinu, who before he did anything in general, had to be in accordance with his great mind and holy mind, and if he passed him to do these two things, so he thought about it, and he came up Psak of Avram Avinu. Nevertheless, the Ramban tells us, Al Pi Ruach HaKodesh, that he was wrong. So we see from here that even in Avram Avinu, with his holiness and greatness, if it comes to decide something and paskin something that's negei la'atzmai, he has a bias in this thing. He's afraid that they'll kill Sarah. He's afraid he's not going to have food. It's a hunger. So he has a bias here. And even in Avram Avinu, if he has a bias, can make a mistake and paskin incorrectly. This is it's not only Tom, Dick, and Harry can make a mistake, but even somebody the caliber of holiness and greatness like Avram Avinu, even he can make a mistake when it comes to paskin something negir la'atzmai, when he has a bias toward it. So how much we should learn to apply this to ourselves, that we all have to make decisions in life. It doesn't have to be a psak in your day, but we will all make. Should we learn? Should we battle? Should we do chesed? Should we have all kinds of decisions to make, and in a lot of these decisions we have biases toward. So we have to be very careful after we conclude whatever we conclude with the psak din that we want to give out. Then we have to first start thinking about it again to see if it's really the truth. The Eibishter should help us that we should be able to make correct decisions and not be influenced by our biases. Amen.